Do you want to get way better deals with suppliers, make more profits, and protect your brand? In this video, I'm going to show you how I call suppliers and set up deals, so let's get into it. Hey guys, Sam here from keycommerce.com, and today I'm going to show you how I call suppliers for dropshipping. If you can get better deals with suppliers and sell products that no one else can sell, you're going to have a huge edge over all competitors. Also, by setting up sustainable relationships with suppliers, you can build a brand which is way more profitable and has so much more potential than just 1 month of quick sales. This is how you grow your store to a 7 or 8 figure eCom business. So let's start picking up the phone and calling some suppliers. For many of you, this is going to rattle your bones with anxiety. I get it. Picking up the phone and calling strangers, what the heck? That's crazy talk, Sam. Guys, relax. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it with the email templates, the scripts when I call, every step of the way. So let's do this together. Okay guys, let me outline the process and then we'll jump in and go through it step by step. 1, we need to find a niche where we know that we can add value. 2, we're going to create a list of about 30 suppliers in that niche, including other stores. 3, we're going to email them to start the relationship. 4, we're going to call them and speak to their suppliers and distribution department. 5, we'll confirm the supplier details and agreement. 6, we'll upload the products to our website. And 7, we will start selling. In this video, I'll be using some templates for the emails and the call, so make sure to check the description. I'll put a link to my website where you can download all those templates. Everything will be there. Okay guys, we'll jump into my computer right now and walk through the steps. Let's go.
Hey guys, Sam here from keycommerce.com. Now I'm going to go through the exact process that I follow when I call new suppliers. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you already have a niche and your idea of your products in mind already. You don't need to know the exact products, but I'm not going to go through this in this video, but basically you want to have already your target market, what sort of problem you're solving, what sort of products you want to get. And I've got other videos on this topic, so go check them out. But in this video, we're going to be looking at how to actually set up the deals with suppliers. But yeah, so that's something you want to have. So for example, I want to sell surfboards on my site. So that's the first thing I want to do. I'm not going to talk about whether this is a good product or not to sell, but you can use this same process for whatever product you need. That's the point of this video here. So, and also there's a bunch of templates and everything, and that's for this process. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the page on my website where you can go and get these templates there. So go and check that out, link in the description. But let's get going. So yes, find a niche where you can add value. So you should have already picked your niche. You should have already chosen a problem that you're going to solve. Check out my other videos, like I said. The next thing you want to do is the data collection. We're going to create a list of 30 suppliers in that niche, including other stores that we can use to ship and supply our products basically. So this is a drop shipping model. You can do this without drop shipping. These suppliers will still ship it to your warehouse, wherever that's going to be. But you can also do this with drop shipping and even start new relationships with suppliers that have never drop shipped before. Okay, so it is a data collection process. You're going to go to Google, and there's other websites too, but Google's the first place, and just start searching for your product suppliers. So surfboards, suppliers, surfboard wholesalers. If you have some specific brands in mind, search for those too. Maybe you want to get Rip Curl surfboards, a brand of surfing sort of stuff. You want to get their surfboards on your site. You're going to have to reach out to their actual department for suppliers. And I'm going to go through how you call and email these people in a second. But the first step is to basically build a CRM, a client relationship management system, like basically a way to put all this information in one place, because with 30 people that you're contacting every single day, it's going to get messy. So I've got a link in the description on my page to the template that is all there with all the columns. And basically you want to have this ready, then go through and just fill out all the details. So the supplier name, the URL of the website, URL of the products to make it really easy for you to click in and see all the products in one place, especially if some websites, a lot of these websites, they're supplier websites where you can't buy on the website. They're not for customers, but they're for people just like you that are looking for products And you're going to go in and it's going to have all the products. Sometimes it has pricing, but usually it doesn't. And then a contact form where you can contact these suppliers. Sometimes you might use retailers. So you'll find actual other stores that are stocking in their own warehouse, wherever that is, and they're going to ship out for you. You can do that too. That's totally fine. Don't be scared of doing that either. But you're going to put them all in this sheet. The URL, product URL, type of product. I like to put a bit of information there because especially if you're doing a brand store, there's different types of products that you're actually selling around that niche. You can put more info there. The wholesale URL. So often these suppliers will have a page on their website where they actually go into more detail about the relationship, how they actually do wholesaling. This often has a contact form in there just for wholesalers. They're basically saying, guys, dropshippers, people out there, come and contact us so that we can give you these products. Like you really, in this situation with these suppliers, they want people to come and talk to them. They want you to do this. So don't be scared about doing this. I know it's scary to pick up the phone and go through this whole process, but trust me, it's worth it. It's so worth it. You also want to find if there's an email address of one of the people, like the contact person of the supplier. There might be someone that's actually working at this as a supplier. It may be like just the owner of the whole business. You also want to get their contact number if possible, their name. So you're going to look on the site and it may or may not have these sort of details, but usually at least the phone number is there, and that's really what's important. Email address too, we want to send them an email. I'll go through that in a moment. But yeah, the contact number and email address. The name you want that just because it gives you a bit of like personality, because if someone receives an email that just says hey sir or hey there, if you address them by name, that really goes a long way in connecting with that person, setting up the relationship, and really them taking notice of your email, and even just calling and being able to say, hey, I want to speak to John, I want to speak to this person. The next thing is I've got these three columns there. One is contact form filled, emailed, and called. I like to do all three of these things to really reach out and bug the person and really show that I'm serious about this relationship. So I'll go in, fill out the contact form on their website. I'll then email them saying I filled out the contact form. I love to chat, and I'll show you the email that I send. I've got the template and everything. And then I'll actually call them, and I'll call them every single day for weeks. I'll call and really put in the time to get this set up, because if you have good suppliers, it solves so many problems. It's insane. Like it's incredible. You can have great products, great customer service. Your shipping is going to be way better. Everything's so much better. So if you're setting up your store, you really want to put some time into getting this sorted. So yeah. So I'll put the link to this in the description. You go to there and go to my website. You'll find this whole sheet. You can access it, copy it, and use it for your own. Something else is that I actually get my assistant to do this for me. I just tell her, hey, here's the niche, here's the products I want to look at. Can you go see if you can do some research? She'll then go and bring back 20 or 30. I like to then go and do more research myself. But, once the base is done, it's fantastic, because I'll just find a few little ones that maybe, require a bit more strategy or a bit more of an insight. But she does the bulk of the work all there, and then I'm all ready to go to start the next stage, which is emailing them to start the relationship. So what I do then is I'll send this email and I'll write this for the niche. Okay, so you can use this template, but I really recommend as well, I put in some bits about what you need to change, but you want to really think about the niche, comment on their website. It's really think about, okay, like I want to speak to this person and really connect with them and just basically be their friend and start this relationship. They're not going to be your friend. Like, that's not the point. The real point here is to show them that you're not just like a marketing, some marketing email that's just spam. Okay, like you want to email them, start the relationship, and you're also going to be able to refer to this email later. So it's okay if they don't respond. Like, that's fine. Don't get down. The point is, when you call up, especially if you get a receptionist, hey, I'm just calling because I just sent through an email to John and I want to discuss setting up a supply relationship with him. And suddenly, that receptionist will go, oh, I saw that email, and oh yeah, I forwarded it on to him, or I'll forward it on now. And you can say, hey, yeah, I want to speak. We'll get into the call script in a second. But yeah, it really provides like a point of reference and shows that you're serious about what you're doing here. So yeah, so here's what I send. So I'll put this template as well in the description. Go to the site, go to the page, it's all there. But say, hey there, I try and get the name so I can say, hey John, I'm messaging to inquire about establishing a supplier relationship with your business. We're an online surfboard retailer, whatever your niche is, and I like to explore stocking your Rip Curl surfboards. Like, you could also say, like, well, I put it here, we really love your Rip Curl surfboards, especially the the dual fin, superficial, I don't know, whatever you, I don't know, I'm just going to take it off the top of my head, and we think that will be a fantastic addition to our store. Our customers have been constantly asking for this type of product, and I'd love to see if we can send more your products their way. So what I'm doing here is, even if I'm just starting this store from scratch, I'm basically creating like social proof and saying, yeah, there's demand for this. And obviously there is demand, like your customers will be asking for this type of product. And you're basically saying, hey, like we can do something here. And it's not just like, oh, hey, can I put your products on my store? It's like, hey, no, I'm able to send orders your way. Let's get this set up. There's no risk to you. Like, let's do this. You know, this is just the first email. I'll get into the call in a second. So we're looking to send 30 orders your way per month. You'll have to adjust this for yourself. It's okay if you really overestimate this a bit, like, you know, but you know, you want to give them an idea of the actual value, because if those surfboards, they're $500 each for you to pay the supplier, that's $15K a month in revenue. Suddenly they can visualize and value this email in a very different way, because they can go, oh, $15K per month in extra revenue, that's an extra $5K profit. Wow, okay, and it's on a recurring, regular basis. That's awesome. So suddenly you pique their interest, because really, even though you're going to them, you're kind of swapping the dynamic here by trying to get them to realize the value in what you're pitching, in a sense. So we're looking to send 30 orders your way per month. You know, adjust that depending on, you know, even if you think that you're just starting and you think you can only send 3 to 5, I would put in 5 to 10, you know, a couple of orders there. But I would also put in, hey, like, it'll be low risk. I'd love to talk about this relationship and make sure it works for both of us. But I say, we've prepared our advertising campaigns, and now we're negotiating with suppliers to make sure we can get this product out the door. We're looking for an ongoing relationship here for the years to come. I'm looking long term. It's not just fly by night. I'm trying to make some quick money. No, I'm building a brand store here, and I want to partner with some great suppliers, and they're going to get a lot of benefit out of doing this. So I would love to discuss this opportunity to work with you. Please let me know if there's something that of interest to your organization. Kind regards, Sam Bolden. Of course, don't put Sam Bolden, you know, even though maybe they've seen me and they love my videos. Put your name. That makes sense. Okay, so link in the description to the template. Go check it out. But that's what I would do. I would adjust it for your own niche. It's professional, but it's not too corporate. It's serious. It shows value. It builds, you know, you've got social proof in there. You may not get a response. You know, a lot of time, maybe 20 to 50% of the time, I do get a response. Sometimes I get a response right away, and I can set up deals like really quickly. But a lot of the time, the real great work comes in actually calling them and doing that. So let's go through that now. Okay, so call them and speak to their supply distribution department. Okay, this is the bit that may be scary for some of you guys, but it's something you're going to learn, and over time you will very quickly get the hang of it. It may suck in the first first 2 days, but really, this is one of those things where other people are going to be scared too, and you have all the information you need right here in this video. So you're going to go through, and you have the numbers for all those people. You're going to go through and call them, and I'm going to show you the script that I use. It's very, very simple, very, very easy. Your goals here, okay, you want to speak to a decision maker. So you'll often get a receptionist, even if it's an actual physical store, and you want to, you know, drop ship out of their little warehouse at the back. You're going to speak to maybe some salesperson that's like thinking that you're a customer. That's okay. Like, just say, hey, I'd love to speak to your supplies distribution department. Basically, I'll go through the script in a second, but basically the goal of this call is to just start the relationship. You're not necessarily closing some crazy deal on the phone. It's just start the relationship, get some details, and figure out, are they open to this sort of relationship? That's all you're doing on this first call. A lot of the actual details get hashed out in emails after this call, but this shows that you're serious. You're a real person. You're there to make some deals with these suppliers, and that's pushing things in the right direction. So I often, you know, you might not get through to them. You have to call every single day. This is what I do. Like, it takes 2 weeks sometimes, but it sometimes takes months to set up certain relationships depending on how much stock they have. But you really want to be persistent. Don't just call once, oh, they said they were busy right now, and then you just forget about them. Like, that's terrible. Like, people are busy. These people are running big businesses. You want to call and just really keep going through. Don't be aggressive, as in don't be snarky or anything. You really just want to be really friendly and just understand that people are busy. and you just takes a couple of touch points before you can get them across the line. Yeah, so let me go through it. So here's the script of what we'll be doing. So I often say, hey, can I please speak to your supplies and distribution department? Usually they actually say, what the heck are you talking about? Like, we don't have the department, because they're just a smaller business, so they are the department basically, and that's totally fine. Like, don't be worried about that basically, because they hear your, and they know that you're serious because you're speaking to someone in supplies. You're not like, oh, hey, I'm a dropshipper and I was wondering if you could dropship my products. No, you want to be, hey, my name is Sam and I'm looking to explore a supplier relationship with Rip Curl or your brand, whatever you want to talk to them. And I run an e-commerce conglomerate and we're looking to sell your products on our online store. You can change that if you don't feel comfortable saying that. But you say, hey, like, we run an e-commerce umbrella company that starts e-commerce stores and scales them. We want to sell your products on our store. We get a lot of customers. You can repeat what's in the email. We get a lot of customers asking for your products. You like at there, I'm just putting out a little line just saying, yep, I'm serious about this and I'm looking to just explore this. Okay, they're then going to probably redirect you to someone, or often they'll say, hey, yeah, you're going to have to call this number for this department or for this person. The owner is out of the office right now. Send him an email, and they'll give me the personal email address of the actual owner. And that's incredibly valuable, because then what you got to do then is write down the name of the person you spoke to on the call. This is really, really important and really good advice, okay? You want to be tracking who you're speaking to. So say you call up and it's Bill is the receptionist. Bill's like, oh, sorry, John isn't here right now, but you can send him an email at john@ripcurl.com. And you go, okay, cool. I'll send him an email. What's your name? Oh, my name is Bill. Oh, thanks, Bill. I'll send him an email. And if you could also let him know, I'd really appreciate that. So you're really kind of doing a bit of social engineering here, where you're kind of like trying to get these people in this business to try and work in your favor. It sounds a bit weird when I say it like that, but when you email John, the owner, you're going to say, hey, John, I just had a chat to Bill and he said to get in touch with you about setting up this great relationship. He said that you are the best person to talk to about this and it could be a good opportunity for your business. See what I'm doing there? I'm creating social proof in a sense. I'm saying, hey, like, I already spoke to someone in your company. They gave me your details. I didn't just find them on a phone book or online or somewhere. Like, someone that you trust gave it to me, and now I want to speak to you. And so whether you email them, usually that's fine, but then I'll try and call. That's often way better. If you do get to speak to the owner or someone that can be a decision maker being someone that can actually speak on behalf of the business, what you want to do then is, I'll get into the next section, but you just want to get a few details, okay? So you just want to start figuring out, like, their business. Do they do this with other stores? Do they have any other partnerships or anything like that? I'll get into it right now, actually. So if you can get on the call with them, you want to confirm these details of the agreement. And maybe you're emailing, maybe you get their email address and then you keep emailing. Don't be scared to do it on the call, because you'll hash out so many more details in a much better way on the call. Just make sure that you then send them an email to follow up, just to confirm in writing, because then you can refer to it. If anything goes wrong later, you can say, hey, John, no, we agreed that this would happen. I was under the impression of this. You don't want to go, I'll sue you if you don't do this. No, you want to have a good relationship. But that just helps you as well, because you might be taking notes, but you might take notes wrong. It's there in writing for both of you to see. So here are the things you want to confirm on the call. So I like to figure out, is it, firstly, before I didn't put it here, but is it possible to have this sort of relationship? Like, do they actually ship out the items from their warehouse for other brands? Okay. And most of the time they're happy to do that, but you're just going to have to work out some pricing that's different from their normal pricing if they had sent the products to your warehouse, because they have to have extra labor costs of shipping these out individually. So what I do there is I talk through some sort of cost of the products, and what I like to do there is try and get a shipping matrix, or not a shipping, like a matrix of the cost, basically the cost of products. The shipping matrix is the next thing, but basically a listing of the cost of the products, and make it really clear here, because you want to know exactly how much the products are going to cost, either for you to pay the supplier, because then you'll know the actual profit margin that you're generating in your store on those products, and it makes it makes everything so much easier. You need to know the cost. You don't want to just send an order to the supplier and they say, oh, it's going to be this much, and they can just change the cost willy-nilly however they want. No, you want to know the cost of the products, the shipping cost, and a shipping matrix. So shipping cost is how much it costs to send these products to different areas. And a shipping matrix is basically a big table that has all the postcodes and tells you exactly how much the supplier is going to charge you to ship to those locations depending on the product. This is really important, because if you do free shipping, the supplier, they have their own shipping and they're going to charge you for shipping. And so you want to include that into the cost of your products. And to do that, you need to know how much you're actually going to pay, include it in the cost of your products, and then bump up the price of your products so you can do free shipping. But even if you charge shipping, you need to know how much you're going to charge. You also want to know handling and shipping times. Like say if you send through an order, how quickly can they send through some sort of invoice, or how quickly can you pay? How long does it take for them to actually send it out? How long does it take to ship? Every single supplier might have a different courier, use a different postal service. So you really want to get these sort of details sorted out so you can have this information accurately on your shipping page on your e-commerce store. The next one is the returns and damages policy. So in the case that things go wrong, maybe a customer receives a product damaged, who covers that? It really should be the supplier. They should have insurance with the courier. You need to make sure you have this all in writing and clearly defined so that when the problems happen and things can get emotional, you want to make sure, hey, this is actually the policy that we're going to follow with this supplier. Same thing with damages. Maybe the product breaks like after a month. If that's not normal, if that is not normal, does the supplier actually cover that for you? The next thing is payment terms. So do you pay upfront and then they ship? Like sometimes you can get like some sort of credit. So you order and then you pay at the end of the month, and that can be really helpful for your cash flow. Honestly, especially when you're starting out, it's not necessary. That's great if you're doing high volume items, but regardless, with e-commerce, you're getting paid for the orders straight up anyway. It is great for cash flow because you can really invest in other things like ad spend, but it can get a bit risky. So like some of my friends, they won't do that because they don't want the temptation for them to go crazy spending on ad spend, not make the return, and then be stuck with this bill, which they need to pay anyway, but this bill for the actual products. And they've just fallen into this trap of just cash flow problems, and then that can really destroy the whole business. That's a whole other topic. But stock levels is the next one. So that's really, can you get an inventory feed? Okay, so yeah, you have all the details of the products, but what if the supplier runs out of stock and you're still selling their item? And if you're selling 10 to 50 per day of this product, you don't want to send 50 orders and then the supplier says, oh, we're actually out of stock of that. That's 50 really probably upset customers. They can get really angry about that because you've just sold something and it wasn't set out of stock on your website. You want to try and get that updated so you have a really clear, your website is updated with in stock if the supplier is in stock. If the supplier is out of stock, your website is out of stock. That's what you really want. Okay, here are a couple of other tips that really help sweeten the deal. Okay, so on the call, they're going to try and be feeling you out and go, okay, what sort of potential is there? Just like in your email, you're saying, yeah, I with my experience and with other stores, we can send 20 to 30 orders per month or 70 to 100 orders per month. So, that's something else that you can really push them over the line. Once they hear that, they'll usually like fully turn and be really happy and really want to try to work with you. If a supplier is still like really hesitant to work with you, they just don't trust you. Or sometimes they're just stupid and they don't understand the value in what you're providing. That's happened to me before, and it was really frustrating because I was able to send this, and I was sending this supplier a lot of orders and making him a lot of money, and he just wasn't willing to work with me on any of these points above. Didn't have clear shipping costs, didn't have good handling times, like his returns and damages policy sucked. His stock levels couldn't. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to work with this guy anymore, and I fixed that and found suppliers that were just begging to work with me because of the volume that I was able to provide them. So he just didn't see the potential there, and that's totally fine. You just go. Some businesses are in their place and they have their own mindset and they've got different goals. I maybe was a small fish to this guy. Who knows? But it just didn't work for my business, so we just moved on from that relationship. The next thing you can do is just say to them, hey, let's trial out this relationship for a couple of months. Like let's just do 3 months. You don't lose anything at all. There's no risk for you guys because you only ship an order once I've paid. So you just want to remove all that risk, 3-month trial. And then what I'd like to do is say, okay, I'm really open to prepaying for stock. So this may sound crazy to some people, but basically, especially if we're getting consistently 20 to 50 plus orders per month, we can say, hey guys, can we get a better deal and better handling times if we prepay for stock at the start of the month? So you can always have 20 units of surfboards that you've already paid for. And then as soon as you get an order, you send an email and it goes out straight away. Like you don't have to wait a couple of days to transfer the money or what have you. They go out straight away. You can get a better deal because the supplier gets to lock in sales. You reduce handling times. It can be amazing, but you really want to have that proof, know that you're getting those orders consistently, because otherwise you can get stuck with products. You've paid for inventory, but you might be able to get a refund maybe from that supplier, but it might be really hard. So yeah, those are the tips that I provide there. So the next step 6, is get those products on your website. So once you confirm the pricing and they're good to go, you got to do the math and figure out your own pricing. So confirm the pricing, figure out, okay, what sort of margin am I looking at? How much do I think I could sell these products for? Because it does depend on the market. How much would customers be willing to pay? Then you want to get those products up onto your website. I get my VA to do that. She'll go and research, and she'll often find other product images and videos, and we'll work that out and get a video on there as well. So yeah, I have a whole video on pricing your products as well. So check the description of this video, and I'll put the link to that in there. And that goes through how I actually price my products, looking at the market and all that kind of stuff like that. So get those products on your website. I have other videos as well on improving your product pages. I have a lot of videos on my channel. Go check it out. I really try and help you guys get your website, your e-com store, your marketing all set up really well. But that's a pretty straightforward process. You just get them onto your website. Once they're up, you're good to go. And the next step, start selling. Boom. You've now called suppliers, built those relationships, and you can start selling their products. And this is basically a really cool way to do drop shipping in a way that's very different to a lot of people are teaching, where it's you're actually building a brand store and sourcing products by actually contacting suppliers. You don't have to go through an agent. You just talk to the suppliers yourself. You don't have to go to a certain website and find people that are able to drop ship. No, this is like a really great way to go through and do that. So great. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's how you contact suppliers and set up those deals.
Okay guys, that's it for today. Remember, check the description for a link to the post that has the spreadsheet template, the email templates, the call scripts, everything you need to start setting up deals with suppliers. If this video was useful for you guys out there, please give it a thumbs up and tell YouTube that I'm making good content. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about growing your e-commerce store, then consider subscribing. I make a lot of videos like this one, tutorials about all parts of growing your e-commerce store. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.